because the music don't have the drive and the inspiration of them and those around you playing the C chord, the D minor, E major, the claps and the drums and all these little things.
Alright people, blessed love, you don't know, I Jamaica the aggressive lion, and today we're talking with a man who wears many hats. He go by the name White. This man was once a mechanical engineer for years, playing him a music producer, him a videographer, him a actor. He's everything, man, all the works. And today we are going to reason with him, and tonight we are going to reason with him. Right here in a center. Our pocket productions and everything guy with it. So White.
Jaja.
We're there.
We thank some praise, man. No fun enough.
So you are going now, you see on how we do it now. A lot of people like to talk to popular people. Famous people. For them opinion, them value the most. We value everybody's opinion, you understand what I say? And we see the wisdom and we see the smartness, you understand when you run for who popular, because some of the time, you know what thing already. They want to have the real knowledge, you get the highlight. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to highlight the people who need the highlight and not people who just popular. People like you have the brains, have the smartness, have the wisdom, the knowledge to impart to the people, you understand? So we're there, man, talk to people and tell them who you be, tell them a little bit about yourself, same way, you know?
Well, as ones and ones know, and ones and ones who know him, and they know I as White, some brethren called like Danny, from the original Irish, some Philip from the school days. Well, I'm in general life, I come through, I'm was always involved in all the different criteria of life, you know. My first choice of life was really law. But then I discovered that this thing law, I want to put in one room, and you have to just in some enclosed place for hours and hours. And then the worst thing about it, you have to sometimes tell a vicious life to defend the client.
Or in a court and everything.
Yeah, so I can assure the whole man, say, boy, you know, that even love the law business there, you know, and then the opposite side of the law, you know, is like, you have to find ways of convicting and condemning a man. So even if the case not good, you don't have no filtration. Well, I the kind of stuff where I want an open life, you know, where I can go there and meet people and involved with many, many different things. So I the kind of choose the mechanic world and the music world.
Oh, so you left from law with the music and
music and the mechanic at the same time.
So I ask you a question, never cross your mind for do like music law? Never cross your mind?
Well, you know that music law, in our time music was just a happy and an entertaining time.
Yeah, them time
it wasn't even money. You know, them times it was a time where you know say you have an inspiration to a music and you have an inspiration to an individual who is an artist. You will support his vibe and be around him and help to be the creative source of the contract and the influence of his songs and do. So it's nowadays when they hear them talk about, because right now I know everything about the laws of music. Since now that the laws of music come in. Yeah.
So let me ask you something now, Jawad, right? Like, you are talking about music and you have the music from way back in at the time. I assume so from the 70s or 80s sometimes.
From the 70s.
Right. So
first player man was a 1 foot man player. Orchestrated and organized by Vibes, Band and Crew. 1 foot man player right now Brownstone, the Church Harley. Courage achievement.
And that's about what year?
That is around 1976. 76, between 76 and 77.
Long time.
Yeah, because right after that it was the 2 sevens clash. Like a con man come around the place and can't afford for people saying can't get them go out foreign, you know. Sell out the possessions and carry money, come give me. Meet me down at Kaiser Bridge. Down the road there, so a 1 foot man too, you know. So it was a 1 foot man play. That was our first production. But at the same time I had a band. Called the Vibes, VIBZ. So the young youth around and them capable of playing quality music. So I took up the support of setting up studios and rehearsal rooms and all the requirements, equipment and sound system. I even had a sound system in the same period at that time too.
So I'm ask you, as a man in the music like that, right? When you what your thoughts on comparing the music now as in even reggae in itself or dancehall, no, but compared to back then, where you know, like, you notice the divergence, there's a big generational gap. What are your thoughts on nowadays music and, you know, what we are hearing now? You know, as a person, not even as a Rasta man to see me, what are your thoughts?
Well, I want to tell you, my son, music is a personal mind inspiration from structural self. Now we have a thing coming now where bring forth the technology. Now technology cannot take away many of the inspiration, even though the one who did the song have the inspiration within him about the song and to do the song, you know. Because the comparativeness of acceptance now is through a technological way and forces of things. Now when you take away the man from behind the instrument, you take away a lot from the music, and that is like now mixing water with water. There's nothing really.
What about the lyrical content now compared to back then?
Well, that is what happened now, my son. Because the music don't have the drive and the inspiration of them and those around you playing the C chord, the D minor, E major, the claps and the drums and all these little things. That inspiration of lyrical content will not be in the artist himself, because there's no strength of vibes. Just one man in a room and a composer of music a play, and one in a room and him inside there liberating panting. So lyrics slowly flow according to the accordance of things that he sees, but not to the spiritual enforcement of direction or to create a lifelong knowledge towards something that will strengthen the whole focus of what I'm dealing with. So music will come. Music will come because it is sound and vibration from individuals or from equipment and instruments. But it will come, but how long does it live? Because that's supposed to be the power of music, you know. You know, see, music alone shall live. Even the Babylon music tell you for a long time, say, music alone shall live, never shall die. All things could have just perish from over there, but music will be there. So music have to be really in a connection of spiritual identity of self. Not just here because I see the thing I go on the road and I see the issue that make a song off it. I can still make the song off of the thing where I go on the road, but make it in a corrective form where it will be more lasting to the influence and the characteristic of people to penetrate the music. But if I just go and give them something where something might be less or might be worse, wipe it off the map down the road. Because sometimes it's just a lesser song than the song that was there on top, wipe it off at the top. But when you have inspirational music, no matter what come to wipe, they will have to just wipe sideways. Yeah, it cannot be a wipe out. It will be a side wipe. So I mean, if you keep the surface around it clean, that is good. But if you start to dirty the surface, then my character music is going to move away from that character music. And that is what is now spoiling dancehall. So because I don't cut you, but in dancehall original days, you know, dancehall was an inspiration, songs and application of music that it drew the society people into the dancehall. That was what happened, you know. In the late 70s and early 80s, society started attending dance. But now you find that society will only spend the money to promote the dance because they make twice that amount of money from their spending of advertisement or joint entertainment or sponsorship. It's not because of the realistic aspect of indulgence with a peaceful, enjoyable, and what you call pride. Because remember, especially regional kind of artists, they have pride in themselves, them is the boss you set of you, them in a creation. But because they have to now realize, that the pride that you go and take in yourself is what you put out there to the children. And remember, the children is the phenomena. And if you're going to say something derogative and wrong, and you're going to see a child out there portraying the derogative and wrong, what are you going to do with yourself?
You have to change, man.
You have to change. So we're glad to see right now there's kind of an imbalance change, but with all the fingers they want it to be stretched level.
So
the muscles depend.
So I'm going to ask you now, Jawad, like, you know, I know it's a man where you have holy part knowledge and them things that you understand, and it's like you know about music, you know about life itself, you know about people. You understand? You think music influential in a way where it can influence a man to do something like out of the way, like him listen to it and it directly influence him like that. You think so that possible like something that can really happen? Because a lot of artists of the music can influence nobody. Why your view on that?
Well, I think it's because they are weak in their birth. Because in ancient times, the African people used to use the Congo drums to soothe the baby in the womb. So the music has so much power. A mother giving birth and the child turned crossway in the room, and the doctor has no anesthesia nor nothing to really look after that woman. But yet still, the spirit and the sound of the drums give him the courage to manifestedly turn the child around. The child was birthed to music. So if today in the days people are now going to the special place that they look at babies, and they look at babies to know how a baby going born and what a baby going to be when it's born. But at the same time, there are still places in this world, I don't know how strong we are in Jamaica to pattern that, but many women in Jamaica still voice their enhancement to music, because when they're pregnant, then they are dancing and they're ready with the big belly right in front of the speaker box. And they say they sleep better when they go home tonight because the baby relax. I have experienced and I've seen these things from daughters we used to their dancehall. Because through the interfere, man, so my time I say, then they might heavyweight son and I go look out the baby out of their belly. Rasta, you see, when I go home tonight, I sleep comfortable because waiting up. Incomfortable too. So if there are these old heritage and knowledge that music can be so powerful and have an empowerment to life, then if there's life with understanding, what can music do?
So music is highly influential.
It can.
It can be.
It can, because it all depends on what the mind is. Because the mind is a powerful thing. Look at the big computer of your mind. And look how much things the computer can store. Your mind store beyond that.
True.
You will only forget some of them because it's not important. When the computer itself will throw away important things, just remember some stupid things. That is how they happen with all these technologies today. But as a person, a child growing up, because there's even a song when we hear on the radio right now where a famous artist do too. And when you hear the little youth them on the road singing that song, and see the moral behind their thought of that song. Because you think turn up, and you think turn up. How them react to the one another, and the girls them react to the boys, them react to the girls, them how you think turn up. Then you see they get a different understanding from what the song will be really portrayed in lyrics. But at the same time, the song went on to say, and your clothes are tight. So it leads their mind into directive. That it's not beneficial to have them in such an accord.
True.
You can do the song because when we hear songs like 60 chickens, I ask the mother for a sixpence. If I want to listen to them songs, you know, them songs that sound rude.
But I will then do it.
It is all about coining. That's why they make money with such a
even my name Jacob Melody have a song, so if you want to keep your life, treat me good.
Treat me good.
Never do it.
So you're threatening a woman. You're threatening a woman.
It's just because the way you do it.
The way it's done, it is going to look like, so boy, me and you don't meet yet. The song is done in a way it look like me and the woman don't meet yet. So we just say, well, once we meet and we are getting an involvement, you have to treat me good, but if you don't treat me good.
God.
So you see, if one penetrates the songs that are done to what is done now, because it's quick up, just tell her one say, why, your mother go flash on the street, and when I done that, no, money become a gathering from that. But at the same time, when you're little youth, the moral get flashed on the street by a situation with some other individuals out there who have in their immoral attitude and conduct out there and they flash away your little youth morals on the street. what is the becoming of your own thought to the song that you sung? Question ourselves, and that is what we don't do in life anymore. Yeah, this technology thing take away a lot from the youth and that they don't question themselves anymore.
That's true.
But if you ask yourself the question each time, what if it was I? What if it was I, niece, or what if it was I, sister? What if it was I, best friend?
True.
These questions, we don't question ourselves anymore.
Let me tell you, Jamaican people love crime and violence and they only eat it when they knock for them door.
But I want to show you something, you know. I want to show you something. We're not Jamaican people for them thing, but everyone of them is coward to it, you know.
Yeah.
Whether it happen at them door or not, them is coward to it. But they are following a principle of living a lie.
Yeah.
Our biggest problem in all of what is happening is the lie that the people has been living generations over generations over generations. And if you keep teaching the little youth them come up the same life that you have lived through, and they're gonna come to be same. No, I'm not going to tell me now, say, it's going to come a time you're going to see a generation of vipers and thieves rise up amongst you. And a man will look for me and I see him, we are saying to right, watch you know. And that the Bible and I tell you about. The Bible tell you, say, we youth them out turn vipers and generation of thieves and murderers. The Bible tell you that and you are now pointing out you to say, and them you them say, no. It's the bad wine, the bad wine, the bad wine that the mother and father drank.
Yeah.
That's what is manifesting in the child. And the wine is not just the one in the bottle.
Yeah.
It's the food you eat. It's the things you listen to. It's the things that you accept. It is the things that you pass on in your household. Because there are many people in this world today is not living in them household like how they live on the outside.
True.
They live a picture of a clear looking glass on the outside, but inside their house they dwell in corruption.
It become like social media. People put them best on you and then they not live nothing like what they put on social media.
So the child growing up into that house, what do you think happens to that child? That child is going to come to do the same thing.
Yes,
so even with the parents, and mother going to see her youth or daughter now love up with that guy and them like away there, and she go and beat her, kill her. But at the same time, the daughter have the privileged experience to say, mommy, they're around the corner there, so they're around the road, so hug up with one man, we are not see her father.
Yeah, well.
Which child you think love to see that happening?
That's true.
No matter how mommy and daddy begs, the child don't want to see anybody else around his mother or around her father. That is the natural tribute to the youth's mind. And from him start seeing somebody who is very close, closer than what my mommy or my daddy was, to who the person is close with, the child is going to start differ. It's man consciousness.
True. Reality, man. So, tell me about the law thing now. What make you decide to do that in the first place? So, you didn't get into that. The law.
Well, my old man was a 4-man jury, you know.
4-man jury?
Yeah. 4-man jury now is like the man now who is above all the jury as them now. He is the man who carry the message to the judge. So after the jury decides.
So it's like a jury manager.
Call the management of the jury, the 4-man. Alright, call the judge as supervisor. No? So, you know, him always was a man to read all the while, and when I used to go up around him and read things of the law caps and the law factors, and him section of the Gleaner was mainly the laws and all the things. The Gleaner was very informative.
Yeah.
And so disappointed another time Babylon had it.
Yeah.
It was Gleaner Company, more of a British corporation.
Yeah.
But he used to read most of these things, and gazettes and things. He used to always have gazettes and things. And as a youth I grow up, you know, I'll teach you to learn a dictionary. Yeah, because there's words which is in the daily issues of life where it can be spoken to you and you don't know where the man said it a while. And you say, when the shot say no.
True.
So I will tell you, say, the dictionary.
I was learning.
And say the Bible, remember the Bible has some big words in it. It must mean anything. Like my father was like that, you know. I was a church man still, you know, but him on the church because of congregation to be together. You know, work body and him and the workers want the company that he used to work with, Kaiser Company. So they consider the family organization, the church is a place of union. Never because of righteousness or Christianity like it in a church nowhere. My father never take it away there.
Okay.
I'm saying the Bible, where them give you tell you say, if you sit in the seat of the scornful and stand in a sinner's way, you shall be spanked with the same with many times over. So I only attend amongst them. But them association otherwise he will not go there. So he was a man of law and principle. So because of that, I always kind of fashion there. You know.
So which part you go? Like, you study for law? You go school fee?
We started studying.
So which way you go school fee?
I started studying now. I tell you, say I started in a Catholic school too.
Oh.
Because in the Catholic school they taught law. That was in the time Mount St. Joseph's Academy in Mandeville.
Oh.
Yeah, they teach law and theology. At that time you only had one university, and West Indies College was the only next place that you could get such a faculty in hand with.
Yeah.
So I did around 2 years in the Mount St. Joseph Law Academy, but then the Bible became sweeter. Yeah. The Bible became sweeter. There was things saying in the Bible, especially from David. Yeah. That started hit my brain with it. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Like what? Like how hit your brain, you know?
These Psalms, when they say Psalms of David.
Yeah.
And they were singing to you like the 23rd Psalms and reciting you the 22nd Psalms and you know the Psalms. So the Psalms it became a revelation. So we started reading Bible in the period of law book.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, in the period of law books, we started reading the laws of the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it never balanced me out to the laws of Babylon at all. The one that they have in conscription that man should Jewish style to. The one in the Bible was telling me something completely different. Someone said, no, well, everybody's following the Bible. Someone said, where do we go from here? So I go to the old man with it. And the old man tell me plainly, any law that was not by God. There's no law.
No law.
Whether the law of man or the law of the Bible.
One law.
Because it's man write the Bible and pass it on to you.
Yeah.
But what is the law of the earth?
Sure.
And he put me in a puzzle. What is the law of the earth? And that was a puzzle that I draw back in myself. I hear my old lady and I say, making answer that. You don't know I believe in account. My old lady never believed in me, but the old man believed in me. Making answer that. Me hear it delivered because she in her room sewing, you know. And me up on the veranda and reading in cleaner. And so what is the law of the land?
Yeah. Yeah.
So me pause. And the two things I could recognize by a subconscious mind was live and die. The land has no other law.
True.
Everything lives and dies.
True.
And I put on the cleaner and look for me around. I think he look for me and say, no, something happened to him. Like, I can't remember, look for me. Then he say, who is God? And get up with the cleaner and step in at the house. That means then leave the answer that, you know, well, me not making go through the door. Me say the earth. And he look back for me and put up his hand on the door column, so I'm around 7 foot and tall, you know. And put up his tall on you, man. Yeah, man. Put up my hand on the door top, same, so. And look for me for around 5 minutes this time. And he walk going out the house.
So you're now smart then? always have a good.
I was an inspiration of my elders. Because my grandfather always said these things.
Okay.
That blessed are the farmers because they look it in the face of God all the time.
Mm.
And I heard my grandfather years ago one day recite a little poem. He said, look not at the sky, because dust the rain cometh. It will fall into your eye. That were little children around 8-year-old. He said, it will fall into your eye and make you intend to cry. Then too near to the dirt, and the dust will also bother you. But cry you will by thine own eye. But love the earth, because it cleanseth all things. And I carried that poem to school and was recognized in school for that little poem. So from ever since I believe the one God where we always are gaze on the place. The common Bible tell you the same story today. That sky gazers and sky watchers shall not see the coming of the Christ. Because he shall rise up amongst thee. Then if the man is going to rise up amongst me if he's a man, or the empress or the queen going to rise up. Because some people say God him. Could God be a she? Which one cometh first, the egg or the fowl? The fowl or the egg? Which one came first?
Oh, well, the fowl, man. The fowl first got back, and then the fowl started.
I think nature came first.
Nature came first.
I think nature came first. Because you cannot clarify the egg without the fowl, and you cannot clarify the fowl's life without the egg. So I think it's nature that came first. And the powers of nature that be. It could be a man or a woman. Because they look at us and tell us that man have female hormones and female have male hormones. So the earth created something. It must have the kinds of the earth.
True.
It must have the deception and the manifestation of the earth if the earth created all things. Because we see, you ever see coconut tree when a beer yet?
Never do.
You ever see?
Coconut tree when a beer?
Well, yeah.
I think so.
But it blossom like nothing, you know. But it don't bear. But that might be one coconut tree in a million of coconut tree, and yet it facilitate all those other millions of trees through the air.
Yeah, it still blossom.
I'm until you say you dry up like man guinea.
Yeah.
Where the man tell you say? So you can't bear. But the man guinea, one man guinea tree there in this region also, and it facilitates 150 more male, female guinea tree around the place.
True.
And if you look at everything in life, there's a male and a female. If you go down to even the ant.
True.
So the laws of nature and the laws of the Bible was a captivation of my mind. Because these laws now was very intricate. And I decided I'm going to question the one person who will give me a feasible answer is the whole man.
Yeah.
And I kept questioning him. I come from bush one day. So look, rabbit feed, because I used to raise a lot of rabbit and guinea pigs. You know, sound like being a rat looking some.
No, guinea pig, man.
Yeah. I come from bush. Him drive with me, sit down in the car, right up at the dashboard too, you know. Because him is the driver, but me is the seer. Because me the right at the dashboard, you find paste on the windscreen, you know. And him mad, but him really can drive, you know. But technically it's like me to drive. Go a little more, daddy. Go a little more, daddy. Because me I watch the left hand side while he. So we used to work in a combination, but coming a corner now, rain was falling, and here comes the next car come from him now, so I'm swing. So when he swing now and press the brake, the car slide right through and fed. Good up me lick up my forehead and every little thing. But you see in seconds, no accident, now I'm going to fence lick down. Out of the car, me jump as a little youth, that's around might be 10, 11. Where's that? 10, 11. You know, the time we have big picnic, you know, mature picnic, you know. Tell them about 12. We jump out of the car and pull our wire fence off above pan. BMC, you know, so not much wrong. Pull our wire fence off above pan. Him going down a car, nervous now, can't.
No, I'm moving.
Him come out of the car one time and that's the mistake he make. inside the car. And reverse, because I've seen do it all the way, and reverse out the car. And so, wait, take about the car from and drive, run ahead, we come back out, we come fix the fence. From this on now, that was like a reverse because it was at really 15, 16, I was between law and religion, you know. But that issue make a reverse back now to the religious part of things and leave law. Because I discovered that you have to go tell a lie in a law and everybody I tell them like a thing that they have to tell a lie in a court out to win case. And the uncle them and they never like the idea and they all that. So reverse now back to the Bible. So if you don't check it's not going to be one pastor, you know, because I know the Bible, I read the Bible from back to front. Then check is a pastor. So alright, we can see.
So let me ask you something, Jawai, because like me not really that old still. I can remember when, like, I want a cigarette. This old man who used to live close to me used to beg me buy a cigarette for Then you would. I remember when I did $8 for cigarette. Remember one time cigarette go $10. When cigarette go $10 in top smokers, he said, boy, I told you, you know, kind of mean. and what you know, like, if you look, them the time, them not that old. So I just try to show you an example of the period at time where things gone bad, because about $100 for a cigarette now. Like we use even chicken back, right, or something like that. Remember when I 50 a pound, I'm surprised that they hear how much a pound fee. A long time I hear price for them sitting there. A short space of time where it takes for the country reach, which part to reach in terms of the currency and so on. What you think say cost that? What you think say cost the dollar for your, the nav no value for your D value? All of them things that the country are, you know, stable in a whole lot of ways and them way. What your thoughts on that? What cost the country for car run like our Bahamas that run? We go Bahamas already and $1 is $1 over there. Why we feel that like Jamaica can't have that? Because we once had that currency that was stronger than the US, you know. What you feel say happen from this? Like,
well, they might condemn me for saying this, you know.
I can't condemn you for saying
they might condemn me for saying this, but the truth is, we got mentally independent with one influence. We were not physically independent. I was still subjected to. So we got mentally independent and craving for independence with only one signal in mind that the people didn't notice. Those who were clamoring for an independent Jamaica were in the position of the white masters to collect the no money. So they were only moving out the white masters from the front line of things. That they sit into the white master's seat and they would be collecting that money that the white masters used to get. Even though they know they still had to pay the white masters still a percentage. But the percentage that they had to pay the white masters and to what they know that the white masters had for them, because they knew of the values of reparation. Don't bother think these busters and these Mandleys and all these guys who fought for independence did not know about the value of reparation, because Marcus Garvey was preaching that from way down the line. That they are supposed to reprise the natives of Jamaica for the value of work that they did to build their land. That's funny, you know, man. Jamaica used to supply the world. Yeah. That is history. Yeah. Jamaica used to supply England, America, Canada, even when America was in its Cold War days. And couldn't find food over there to feed them people. Jamaica banana industry, cocoa industry, Irish potato industry, dashing industry.
So none of them they can go on again. What your face say? Your face we sell out too much things. Your face say we go on. Your face say we have bad leaders.
See the man deny the people our share of the country, man. They deny the people our share of the country by establishing importational food.
Powerful.
And then the powerful man behind the whole situation of the importational food is the man them who build the supermarket to distribute and to advertise these things into the people their mind. It is easier to come here and buy this with your dollar and go home and cook it. Till them start putting it in packages. Package that is to put it in your microwave. So these things, all these things have to break down the moral now of the youth have to want to really farm and farm the way that can suffice themselves and the world.
So we not provide for themselves, and that is a something that any country have to do in order if they want to stand by themselves. They have to feed them people.
But who's teaching the youth them that?
Nobody not teaching
come to them like a political advertisement and everybody can talk about let us grow and let us eat what we grow and all that thing. When Michael Manley said let us eat what we grow and go what we eat from 1979, if we were doing that, Jamaica would be a self-sufficient
but every time a Prime Minister said that, goes to say that and then cuss him out, and I don't necessarily think that is something
well, if it was said by one and you denounced it, because there are programs that can show that it was denounced and Manley said so, bring in the foreign food, and I remember in my time to see tons and tons of food being scraped out of supermarket and dumped because them hide them in a supermarket. I remember the days when saltfish and pack powder married wife and husband.
Well, pack powder.
Pack powder, where they call them pack powder. You want them in the plastic bag where you can shake out, you know, them soap powder where you mix up, where you wash clothes and stuff. Well, I remember days when saltfish and pack powder married. I remember days when sugar and brown rice have to leave the store together. Because you have to buy this brown rice. And there were some other little things that you don't need because they're polished and put in a marriage with food.
So if you buy something, you have to buy the other?
You have to buy the other. So that was when some intellectual and intelligent little man in the environment reverted themselves. Not back, but continuously implanted. And if those little guys weren't planting right through the 70s and the 80s, come up to in the middle of the 90s, plenty of Uber in Jamaica after 90s when they buy because hungry that kill out 20 mothers. And they steal the ground food, and man have to carry go look for Miss Jenny and his daughter them and carry 120 pounds a yam go give them. Because they live in the town, so they can't plant nothing like a color look. There's some man learn to plant old cursing pan, implant 4 corner the cursing pan, implant 1 banana in a 4 or 5 tire, pack them up on top of one. I see that happen in a Portmore, where a man pack up 4 tire and full of dirt and put a banana tree in and pack up 4 and put a planting tree in it, and he had to be growing his own food in the period of time when food became a starvation. He learned something. But until you can show the people of a fact that the necessity of food is not really to put, of planting food, is not really to put money into your pocket, but to sustain quality food, decent food, and to make sure that you can always eat healthy, you will never be able to get things to the level that it was in those days, because we can't talk about get back, you know. Because get back was like it was the development. Those days were highly developed than now as far as I'm concerned.
True. But that's that too.
And everyone depends now on what is sold and what is imported into the country. And the little farmer down the road pays twice the price for fertilizer, which is might be the only important one he can buy. Because some of the chemical spray and everything they would need to make a crop come to help poison you have. You cannot afford that, but you will buy the bag of fertilizer and go on more through with the bag of fertilizer and create some food, both to himself and both to sell, to get that little economical difference. Because that's what has destroyed the whole food market in, especially a country like Jamaica. I mean, America can use all their pesticides and all their this and that and food to give it to the people. But at the same time, America have all the pharmaceutical companies them. Them have all the medicinal companies them. And them have all the different hospitals to take care of their people when they're sick or to eliminate you gently in a good accord. You in Jamaica here now take sick and go to hospital, first of all you have to sleep on a chair.
True.
And that's at the hospital bed. Next thing, if you have some family who can source drugs from Cuba or source drugs from somewhere in Miami or somewhere around the world, you're going to die. You're just a casualty of the medical ward. And yet still we have foods in Jamaica right here now that sicknesses caught at an early stage, you could offer it to your client, offer it to your patient, herbs and foods right here naturally now in this country that you could offer to your patients or to your general public.
Yeah.
No, you prefer still to introduce the pharmaceutical medicine.
People them stick to pharmaceutical things can sell them, you know, no such way already. You see me? I just that man.
So you see, how can we go back to I say since the backward trend then?
Yeah.
Since it's not a forward trend, how can we go towards now the creation of indulgent minds to become that sort of a I have a son, you know, and his definition of farming is what I laugh at them. Because they don't believe in chemical and don't believe in fertilization and don't believe in all of this and don't believe in all of him not put none on the place and not put none on the plant and he don't believe in none of these things. And so my time I just laugh and say, boy, you know, it's rough for him, you know, but it's hard to survive. Down here because the people them they can't not look like the chemical moves up one and the fertilized moves up one. The people that will quicker reject it. Even though it is better for them.
True.
I remember my grandfather and my uncle, them all them and when them a plant and married thing, them a carry bush from miles to carry bush. Miles we used to walk with bungalow bush control in a yam bank. And then after yam done plant, we walk miles again the bush come out to ground.
Yeah. So, one more answer, Jawad, you know, because it's like he's a man where your knowledge extensive, you know, and we are trying to get as much knowledge out of you.
Well, yeah, we don't know time is life, you know.
So, me personally believe that since Jamaica gained independence until now, there are a few issues where we shouldn't have none at all. And one of those issues being bad road. I don't feel like Jamaica should have no bad road because it's too small. Well, one of the issues where you feel that Jamaica should have never ever have, and even if we did have it, that should have rectified from 1962 until now, 2024. just a whole heap, you know, but just one. Me feel that we shouldn't have no bad road. That's one of the things.
You see the road? I would never blame road on any government. I would blame it on the corporation that they regard to deal with road. But leave that be for a while. But our education system, our education system is now long time dilapidated. And they are now trying to use technology to fill the space of the imbalance in education. And that is where I see governments going wrong. People learn through inspiration. Not through cosmetology interference. Inspiration. So the teacher is a molding figure of inspiration to a child. Because when you send your child from home, you know, to school, you know, it's supposed to be a next mother or a father you send them to, you know. And their aspect is to learn. And while they are at home with you and your husband or your wife, they are there to learn by your examples. Now, if we uproot the teaching system by starting to retire teachers because they get old, that is the greatest of imbalance. Because those old teachers should be still in school, navigating the whole impact of the new teachers coming in and having the children see an ancient role model. If you deny your anciency from the picture of life, put them in a back seat, put them around the corner to be no more focused of what is within the eyes of people. And she just get all up and rotten up on retirement and couldn't even feed himself in there. Nobody will take care of him. All that. These things happen to teacher in the latter years of their lives. So when a young child now is even going to the classroom, 28, I mean just on college and all of that, a 26, 27-year-old girl done college and is going to the classroom, she's not going into the classroom just to sit and teach for the rest of her life. She's going to that classroom to balance out herself for a future chance to some other development that will give her acquiration and give her a standard that she don't end up like Miss Mavis, who used to be a primary school teacher for over 47 or 60 odd years. And Miss Mavis drive around her car and dead and I find Miss Mavis in the house dead. Not even a little smart never dead if you have to pay Miss Mavis. When Miss Mavis have to go to hospital, and people have to go assist Miss Mavis and give her a drive, go a doctor, give her a drive, go a clinic. Yeah. Education has faltered. And education has faltered because educators are those who are responsible for education did not take care of the educated ones, who were the same ones who taught them. In this time, plenty of the member of parliament, them and these guys within Babylon houses there. Ancient teachers who taught them are out there right now suffering. And they are having all the wealth and the economy of the country to be palavering in. And the only time they go around those people is when they go to make a Christmas presentation, or then go to some hospital presentation, then don't remember that Miss Blossom was a teacher of theirs. So because of that, they set no standard within the health system. They set no standard within the security system. Old ancient man down the road there who work for the government and for the people for so much long in them last days of life. Here comes somebody who his sons and daughters employ now to take care of him, and that same person turning as far as the system says it goes in interpretation of things to get somebody to kill him over mere small values of possession. That should be what happened to us in life. We should be in a zone where the youth them have that honor to respect the elder who created a passage through life, and they are there now. Nowadays, a guy just, as the song says, just splash out a marrow up on the ground. You know, see, anybody stand up there get knocked away, a man, a drive by, just shoot, and the ancient man is there where did so much for maybe his mother too. Education. All these things goes back to the lacking of standard education that the youth would have more morals. I mean, in our time, you know, you used to have some bad boy, you know. Yeah. In our time, you know, bad man too, you know. But bad man, whoever source a bad man in be, and for when you stand for as a bad man, now go to talk about drive by and kill 10, 20 people because of one man. He might come at you and take you. You know, I'm come in your house, come, kick off door, come in your house and your missus and your youth in there. And he might put shot by you and put shot by you, mister, and put shot by you. No, him take you.
Yeah, I ain't come for.
Because you ain't come for.
No, everything wipe out when you man take care.
And at the same time, the man who him come wipe out, you know, not do him nothing. Because the only reason why in a iron ideas a man that go for a man, you know, because some information get to understand that the man there I could come after you.
Oh. So it's like I heat them before
they jungle lick shot, Rima I go licky back.
Yeah.
You know, see, because it's a mixture of culture and the adaptation of politics and all them things there. So a man only go for a man because a man is a threat to him. Or a man will go for a man because he just say, boy, that man they threatening. Or threatening life, you know, see. So he might go for him. But nowadays now everything just catapult into an attitude of selfishness. Because I can see what goes into life in killing a baby. How can you kill a child? How can you kill a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 11-year-old, a 15-year-old, even a 20-year-old?
I see the news of there one big man. I must say a little girl cousin, 7-year-old. Rape her and kill her for a little picnic.
And kill her for
Jaja.
Nowadays the next one, him rape her and kill her one day. So take a trauma out of the picnic life. There's the next one, the man take a baby, he rape the picnic, kidnap the picnic, rape him, mash him up. And
I'll discover be one that happened to see him.
So you see the morality of people now is at a standard where how do you change the basic understanding of the child? Because the child now have to stop paying attention to these things. Because if the children really pay attention to these things, they don't get a child go to school, you know.
True.
The relative minded youth see what is happening out there, I mean, gunman just drive and and things like to put me the part that I tell them because I get shot too. So how now you bring a forward thinking and a thought of acceptance to the youth them now that they can become more or less acceptful for conditions and situations. Some is going to rebel. Some will die underneath it. Some will find ways and means to stand above it. Some will do illicit things and the worst of things to get through it. But the imbalance still stands. They all fall into one majority that is a minority no matter what happens to them. Because the system in not breaking away from the colloquial and the colonial integration of the mind to make a child to be indulgent that crime can happen because I go and go a court and I plead guilty and say me do the crime and they go and give me a lesser sentence. First time the man afraid to do the crime because know if he go to the jail out and at all, go to the court and the case come through. And he's going to jail. For endless amount of time and he's going to end up at a Rockford, a Dixon Rock too. And he's going to end up on one of the prison down there put you over one barrel and put your pelvic inside there and put lick on you. You tell about the ketamine.
Yes,
you ever hear the story of the ketamine?
Yes,
where you get 99 in and 99 out. No man don't want to get the 99 to go to jail because you go and serve the sentence about 6 months to get. You get 99 lashes to go in there. And when you're coming out at the end of the 6 months, you're going to get 99 lashes to go out on the road. So no man never want to do crime. And if you do too much heinous crime, you're going around to the gallows. So it had to be these astringent measures to keep minds, whether they are under frustration, whether they are under, well, frustration is sometimes physical hunger to you, physical hunger. But the man who gets physically hunger and the frustration of mind, he prefer to thief your things. And he will not thief a load that he's going to sell. He will thief when he wants to eat right now. But then you find another mind of people now who is absent to any thought or anything realistic. They're absent to that. It is okay. Everything is okay to happen by me. It is okay to happen. Until it happens to me, nothing happen yet. That's a set of people there. So now this set of people now is in an imbalance now of politics, religion, money, and standard of society. It's still these four barriers that these people cling to, you know. But at the end of the day, the fifth part of it that they hide from comes back at them. Because no matter how glorious and no matter how trident you might want to say you live, you still die. And you die because of the lacking of sometimes knowledge of self, sometimes attitude and concept of self, many a times. The waywardness by your blindfolded mind that you are following somebody else's teaching. Take the lie. Teach the children. Remember Skipper said that thing there? Teach the children the truth. You have to teach the children the truth.
More ask you again, Jawad, like compare Jamaica back then to now, what you'd say you missed the most back in the days when like exist again. Like in terms of things that the people of the country used to benefit from and them now have it no more. Like what you'd say you missing more. Morally or anything at all.
Well, I want to tell you something, you know. There used to be some elders' corners, you know. Elders' corners. Where elders used to sit down and reason. Those spots in the 60s coming up to the 70s, coming through the 80s. Those spots where those elders used to sit down and reason. Uneducated men, bright guys, them, university guys, them, uneducated men, them, they sit on there, company and ground or company little work wherever they work and they come and sit down after before they reach a yard. Then we are drink them rum or then we are drink them. Some of them are them want like a gypsy too, because some of them man they used to have them cane liquor, have them cherry juice where they make into wine or them banana wine. Because all these little things that man to create for themselves in those days. So having banana wine when you can go a bush with the man coming forward. The man in Belgium say, no, I give you banana wine for drink, you give me all tambourine wine. The next man they have all little cane color. Because man is to make them one rum and then little way there. And everybody swap on and drink and show up and drink and a reason.
Yeah.
No, it was nice to sit with them. So my time, the most glorious part of it was when one of them used one hot word because yeah, there's a one there where is a hot man we can tear up the cloth them in and everywhere, you know, and make any kind of bed linen out of it. And he look around and say, never say one boy there, you know. That's what I love. Little boys are to be seen but not heard. But I still never over there.
True.
And
True.
he will of course no more for the night.
Yeah.
That one we get where.
Yeah.
Get where. And you hear one next one over there start say, but Mass Willie, the boy is on right side of you. And you forgot to there. You suppose after the boy sit down and so quiet. Ask him to quiet if you remember. Mass James said that say. Then you have to look around and tell him say, you remember saying there ain't no more here what you say. So it was like appreciation. So I used to learn a lot. I learned a lot of things which was outside the books. Outside the books. And yesterday was the time now when this educated one came along. Yeah, where him learn it.
So it was a crew with every type of people. You have the bright man, you have the
and when he come on there, everyone that's now sit down and listen. Because them know say in go a big school and he know things. And they can question him on things. And don't feel no way in the demand some of the time we go tell you say dang say. Because that's not why I know about this whole history thing and history and how history come about and like way, you know, because it was dang say. And feed them history. When the man that tell about all Christopher Columbus or something like thing there, them I said dang say. You know, that's how you go in and say dang say. That means that you can put it how you want, you know. Because we don't know and him don't know or who it didn't say. So you see these teachings and these little things where youths, compared to youth my age, we used to congregate that way there. And most of us in the time as intellectual youth then. Now that we're brighter than youth, right? We're good and not bright and math like some of the youth, you know. But when it comes to historical things and discipline and their card of responsibility and then like way there, we learn it from there, so we're kind of different from some. You know, and character-wise and them like ways there. Attitude. I mean, in a few times you have some youth don't respect a woman. And quick call a girl a dirty girl. And then like way there. I mean, I rebuke myself plenty of time because my time he hear someone has done things and me take up his them nowadays and I said anyway, how come he catch me? So if I words is like a bullet. It is like a cutlass. It is like a stone. And it's also like glue, it will catch on to you. Words.
True, man.
What name? Words. So some of the time we utter words and speak words. But because we don't have no corrective mentality within ourselves to correct we first. And be an, because you might can't tell a one thing to say, you know, but you can be an example not to say it. You can't tell a one thing don't say. So when you use any piece of cloth and cut up any piece of cloth, you cannot tell him not to say it. All you have to do is you don't say it.
True.
And if you want to say it, you can murmur it to yourself. You don't have to tell it to no one because only when you tell it to somebody, you know, it becomes an aggression when you call a bad word.
True.
It's only when you tell the word to somebody it becomes an aggression, you know. But if you do something all I wap all the nail and the kids and tear some cloth around the corner because I wap it on the finger. And you tell me this not bad about it. You know, it's an expression of fear.
I always say that too. So bad word is just self-expression, isn't it?
Expression, but when you use it to somebody now.
It's like you tell a man, say, a man stubborn and say, yo, you can move that please. Nah, you. But you see a tear to cloth after man say he move it faster.
You
so I feel like I just want expressive thing.
It's really an expression, but we terminalize the expression now. Wickeder than the blow. Come on, I go say, boy, you're dissing. Yeah. So, but 9 millimeter come from shot because you say one word to you.
One word.
One word.
That's a word powerful. That's why man have to care for what they must sing about.
Well, alright. So it's when it comes to now influence, we can right around to the same accord. Yeah. When it comes to influence and character influence. Children live what they learn.
Reality. That's true.
Yeah?
That's true.
So if we are children of our parents and we are treading through a land of elders and youngsters, we're either going to emulate the elder or we will emulate the friend. Not knowing how to separate the differences. You see what I mean? You adapt to the friend ways, while the principality of the ancient ways are about exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, look on the ways of the ancient, and this is how we are reading about. This is how we are exciting. Yeah, so I like the excitement part of it and to show me bravery.
Yeah.
And show me influential strength too. But we don't put that program of mind into doing absorbative conscious things. Because we can absorb so many things from what our friends do and what our elders do and put them together and try to create a balance. And you will see that might be why the elder did it that way, because he might not have been learned to certain little facilities of life today, because I have an elder brethren and him have an auger. I don't know if you know what an auger is.
No, sir.
An auger is a tool made to bore hole.
Oh, yeah, man.
In wood. I would look at him and say, "Never drill can come from bore the hole for you quick, man." He said, "You don't bother with that, man. Me still have my whole auger around the room there, you know. Now he will sit there with that whole auger and take maybe all 1 hour to bore that plank of wood when I'm bore, you know."
Yeah, man.
But it going to take you maybe 1.5 hours to go for your drill and things to come back to him, and you must come back. So here for him argument now. All you have to tell me make the first 20 turn, you say you can make 22.
True.
You think you're smarter than him? If him have you there helping him bore that hole, that 2 hours you might spend go for your drill and things to come back to the hole done bore.
Long time. Reality, man.
So you see, we sometimes drift away from the ancient way of doing things because we have simplicity, easy facility.
True. But how you get the name Jawite?
I want to tell you, some little empresses, some little princesses, we used to go to St. Hilda's, She was a student up there, bored up at the school, but she didn't like the food that they cook. And because of that, she kind of marked and take sick all the while up there. But she had to board because mother not in the island and father is a fisherman and can't leave her house. That time they used to live in Mochi. So she had to board. But me and her brother now used to tight, because I used to board to her next place. So we used to tight and him tell me what I go and come. He's a friend over my sister, And I tell him, so I say, alright, man, watch a man. That time I have 2 sisters going to St. Hilda's. So I say, watch a man, me cook food, carry go up to go get because she grew up on ital food, natural food. Her father is a fisherman, Rasta man, So everything natural and coconut are one of them main meal. So I say, alright, I go and start carry food, go up there. Go get her. So the principal at school at the time was a lady by the name of Mrs. Parsons. I'm going to go to Mrs. Parsons and I'm explain to Mrs. Parsons. Because I used to do things to the school too, We're going to do block drive, sell block for build auditorium, we build classroom, all things there. Plant up flowers up there. This is the name St. Hilda's is right up there. I'm one of the first institutors and I'm a brethren them. Put up them stone the first time and whitewash them. That's a mine in the 70s. We are the first institute of it. So I went to her and explained to her that why she's getting sick every time that she have to be there. Because when she would be out of school, she's not at home either, She have to be in the hospital. Because the home where she would stay is in an area of Bucksfield, where your children can't be left alone around there.
So I check food you cook and things because
So
white.
I start cook food and carry gear up, you know.
Mm.
But the whole school start eat half the food, she not getting any. All of the board at them up the start, they got the food so nice. So we had to cook a big pot of food now. 3 thermos. You know, big thermos with glass in the middle. 3 thermos me have to load and carry go up to go evening time. So one evening, a young girl look for me and say, "Who are you?" Because she reading the Bible, Psalm 68 about Jah. So she said, "Who are you?" So we say, "Well, Jah is a declaration of a name that Nazarites declare their God to be." So she said, "Then you want God, you know." You want God, you know, because look how much of you take care of and not go one away, you know. So we talk all your Jah now, you know.
Yeah.
And Jah we talk telling you to call me Jah D first.
You say call my father Jah too.
Eh?
You say call my father Jah one.
Then I pray at the prison and you get them. So you around it was around 8 or 9 of them in the crew of them as girls.
So how the white come on?
Well, white and me old man here.
Oh.
Yeah, we got that through Babylon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old yeah, the old man here. We got that too. Well, you know the Emancipation Day, I think the name that my grandfather had in African was Ukulu. Ukulu. I don't remember how to really pronounce that, how it go, how it spell.
You should have yourself named Jack Ukulu.
Well, I want to show you something, you know. We never learned that of the old man until our grandpa, until when the old man was in his senile stage. You know, when them go senile, I remember things from the youth. Some started calling the name. And then the last time I saw him now alive was when I came to the gate one day and he was telling them, send message come to me for me can go back to Okulu. Because Okulu always mean a safe house, you know.
Okay.
And where them grew up in Christiana, his father, Okulu, was Okulu's house. So it's when he mentioned him to me and I go and ask him sister about it now. His sister tell me that Papi, original African name, if I remember.
Yeah, man. So no, we can say we make your medicine and them thing there come straight from the African descent, you know?
Well, my grandfather, you know, my mother's father, he was a person who abided with the Garvey teaching. The Garvey teaching and the Garvey living and the African living. But his wife now was an runaway Arawak Indian who had run away to some bushes in the same Maroon area in called Maroon town, you know. That's why they might talk about Maroon people. But I can tell my people that they weren't the first people up there.
Sure.
Because they were runaway Africans who run away up into those mountains and were hiding in caves up there. Yeah, we will talk about that next time. Yeah, man. We talk about that. The name Jawite is really some loving little angels. Them still keep connection there now to a couple of them around. Couple of them, 2 of them died in a plane accident and one died in a car crash. Yeah, but Aishel is still in Germany. She plays the keyboard. Yeah, because they were all music and she was a dancer. Like my sister, they used to dance in the same dance club. Yeah, at school there.
We're going to definitely do a part 2, man, because we're going to cut yourself for today and you know you got already.
Yeah, man. That's why them feel privileged to come to me because if my son there had that everything going to record, me go and sit down and record this because I won't write it because everybody say I must write it, you know.
Right.
Yeah, all who know it, my virgin them and a brown son, I will all grow up together and say, boy, Jawai, you had the historian, you know.
Yeah, man.
And I had the first Rasta amongst all of the youth, them, you know. I do them because around a couple of Rasta used to do in a center at the time, you know, when I started to like Covenant. So, true that the youth them always say, boy, if you write it, but you don't know. I don't know.
I'll say things like, man. I'll talk about you next time. I'll cut yourself for today, so. We know God the people.
Yeah, man. Whenever, man, there is reason the fulfillment of the most high, you know, man. So, once it comes to the concern of what the knowledge and you, they're supposed to come to, you know, man. the Father gave the blessing and the power that I am still here until now. Many of those who have gone forward and tried out would be pleasure to be here now and be telling you the accumulations of our life and our livingness, our living together as brethren and brethren coming through creation. So it is nice to know when the youth them were like vibe and picture certain so
are you people if you hear some of the top people like your people if you hear talk, especially young youth them, you know. We can give certain guidance and you understand what I said.
Well, there's so much to learn.
Yeah,
there's so much to learn, and the only way you're going to teach them. The only way you're going to teach them is to, it's like how I have the attitude and order within the power of these inquests and all this we are now. The I becomes now the quality role model I was because people will tell him bro and I used to do the same thing. Do interviews and all that thing then I early days as musician same way. So when you talk about the road that I have traveled now, the road that I have traveled is like a replica now of the things. The guy I tell you about I have a lighting system and so we see the I set up the thing there is a reminiscence of the way and how I started out. Because I started out from just when I'm a lamp, then one day you got to take a video when I'm a lamp, then with the first lamp I built to light up stage.
Yeah.
Right, before I could have buy some lamps. It's the first lamp I built it the right hand the tree down there. Where I build and screw floodlight bulbs in night to light up stage 4 or 5 of them on a bar until I could have buy some natural real stage lamps and things. So it is the same vibe there I come from in the same presentation. So I see a reminiscence of things when I see. My boy born in a record box, man grew up in a record box and a lighting box. You know. My lighting box when he was 9 months old, 10 months old, every show I go. I in there in bed. You know, see that time I take out the light in the kitchen them out there. In the box in there as a baby. You know, see it, and somebody come take him down with him there, so then carry him back, somebody else come take him down with him there, so then carry him back, and he was always up and down around entertainment centers and fields and dance and all them created. You know, because enough of them places them do, you know, the lighting and all them thing there, so. I love to see what they are doing because I will be in the support of anything where they are deal with, you know, see, so. If they are doing all the music video, and they have an engineer, I have a perfect engineer where I work together. Yeah. As it is, I used to grow up in a hand, same way, and music, same, so a perfect engineer and do mixing, having one lab in my house or an idea there. Van know him do. You know, see, it's a brother with Van know. So you have to meet all them people that in your production where they are now because the aim together might be create mystic things, you know. Yeah, because do various music production for people all apart. Yeah. Build line, build rhythm, build anything you want. You know, so like what yeah, man. I will give thanks and praise to the I come in still because I just a manifestation sure when I time say one good all rest out today, man, and you go walk good road there, you have to go and them place out the road there all the way there, man. I mean, one place I drink from and I one place. The drink we go down the roadside, I agree with it, you know. So I say, one good all rest of there, man, so who will have vibes. So we give thanks and praise, man. We give thanks and praise.